Hey everybody, how you doing? It's been a while. It's been a long time since I made an update on here. So, I see that I'm still getting some questions in regards to CR England. A lot of the questions are still pertaining to drug tests, payment, um, what else was it? The school schedule, some other things. I've spoken to several people, so I guess I can reiterate on here. You guys have more people on here now that have way better videos than what I have. I mean, they've got the whole animation and everything. But just to give you all another briefing, as far as the school is concerned, CR England does not pay you while you are in training. And when I say training, I mean prior to getting on the truck with the trainer. Before you get on the truck with the trainer, you are not being paid. Once you finally make it into phase one, where you're on the truck with the trainer, you receive $10 per hour while you're driving. When you're not driving, let's say you're on duty, for the time that you're on duty, you will be compensated your state's minimum. While you're off duty, you're not being paid. All right, let me make sure you understand that, okay? So while you are physically in the driver's seat driving the truck, you are being paid $10 an hour. Once you go on duty meaning we're not driving, perhaps we're at the shipper and I need to assist him with clearing out the back of the trailer, you are receiving your state's minimum for that time spent. While you're off duty, which means in the sleeper berth, okay, or in the passenger seat, you are not being paid. All right. So for those of you who may find yourself on 3-person trucks, which would be 2 trainees and a trainer, my best advice to you is to try to drive during the daytime. From my understanding, CR England also has a policy that they do not want trainees driving after 11 p.m., I believe. So I would advise you to try to do as much daytime driving as you can so that you can maximize your hours. When I was in training almost 3 years ago now, that's what I did. When I was in a 3-person truck, I would drive daylight hours. So I think we usually picked up around 4 or 5 a.m. And my trainer, we didn't do a lot of stopping, so I would drive 10 hours. So about 3 o'clock, I would be done. And then the next person would take over between 3 and 11. And then if it was somewhere we really, really needed to go, then the trainer would go ahead and drive the last leg. But most of the time, we pulled over and shut down for the night. Now, inquiring minds want to know, if you're in a 3-person truck, how does that work? Well, I'll tell you. The 3-person truck, the trainer that I had one of the beds, the other trainee had the bed, and the trainer, he laid on the floor. I personally would not take a 3-person truck. I really don't care how good the money is. That's not something that I'd be interested in doing. We did go to a scale house once, and he just advised one of us to stay in the truck, the person that wasn't driving, to stay in the truck, and they pulled the curtains, of course, so there wouldn't be any questions as far as DOT was concerned. So that's that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, before you go, if you have any questions or concerns or, oh, sorry guys, reefer's coming on. If you have any, what's the word I'm looking for? Possible negative items on your MBR report, please make sure you retrieve a copy of your own MBR report for your own personal records before you go down to CR England, okay? Those recruiters do not do a thorough background check as far as your MBR report is concerned. So if you go down there and you got tickets, I think, was it 5 years or 3 years or whatever, and you've exceeded the number that they have allowed you to have, and you go down there, they will even let you get as far as testing for your CDL permit, and then will give you a bus ticket home because you have more tickets and points than what they allow. So please, 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 for your own security and protection, please make sure you know what is on your MVR report. Drug testing, most of the time they do urine, but they have done hair as well. It's random. You don't know. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you, oh, you know, people, what do I take? I don't know. I don't do drugs. Never have. I don't smoke weed. I don't do crack. I don't do any of that. So I can't really give you a clear, definitive answer as to, what they're going to be testing for. So if you know you're dirty, just don't go. From my understanding, if you fail a drug test, I think that other companies won't mess with you for like 5 years. So, don't take the risk. Other than that, same rules apply. Once they give you those packets, study those packets. At least an hour. I mean, I wouldn't say kill yourself. Just for clarity, the general knowledge portion of the study guide is just like a car. Just put yourself in a 71-foot vehicle with air brakes on it, okay? And understand that, in comparison, all other drivers, regular commuters, are like bugs, and you're like an elephant, okay? Use common sense, people. Now, the parts that you really should study would be air brakes and combination vehicles. Those are probably the two hardest things on the test, and they're not really that hard once you study it. And as I said before, a lot of the stuff that you're going to take a test on, I mean, it's good to know, but you're not in your truck like looking at all it. That's not, realistic, okay? But they got to teach you the basics so that you can pass the exam. What else? I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I missed. I think that's it. Personal note, I no longer work for CR England, and I do not work for Night Transportation anymore. I now work for NFI, National Freight Industries. Pretty decent company, I'd say. I'm now working intermodal, something to consider. I like it. For those of you who may start driving reefer trailers or dry vans, just get up, man. I say try everything. Me personally, I like intermodal with this company. I get my load assignments the night prior, and I can orchestrate my day the night before. So it's really, really, really convenient from that point. Try to make sure I didn't miss anything. I think that was it in a nutshell. And then to you aspiring drivers, like I said, people will say, oh, don't go to CR England. Look, get in, get your CDL, and get out. You do what you got to do so that you can do what you need to do, okay? And for, those of you that may come in with unrealistic expectations, your first year, you'll be lucky to hit 30,000, okay? Now, some people look up and make more money than that. You'll be lucky to make 30,000. After that, you have a little more opportunity. You didn't put a little time in, so now you're able to, move around a little bit, do different things. So this video is not going to be very long. I'm about done. As I stated before, if anybody has any more questions, please feel free to email me. I'm going to put a second email on here. You know what? No, you all should have one of my email from a previous video. So if you still have questions, please email me. If I don't get back to you right away, most of the time I'm busy. But please email me. You got a real valid question. I 9 times out of 10 do have phone conversations with people if they want to know something that I have the ability to answer. So that does it for me. You all be well. To those of you, today is August the 24th of 2018. So those of you that will be the new incoming class on Monday, I wish you the best. Just practice, take your time, be patient with yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Backing is probably the most difficult part, next to, of course, traffic and dumb drivers. So be patient with yourself, give yourself time, practice. Get out and look, be sure about everything. I don't care if you get out 50 times. Do not, I repeat, do not tear anything up. Do not hit anybody's truck. Get out. Yes, take chances. Try new maneuvers. Do a little bit of blindside backing. Try to avoid blindside as much as possible. But there are certain situations where you have to blindside back. So practice. Get out and look. Make sure, if you can, have a spotter. So that's about the size of it for me. If you guys have any questions as far as team driving, I personally am not a fan. I would rather my truck be off when I'm asleep. The other thing is, I don't care how good you drive. I trust me. I trust my own driving. I know what I'll do. You don't really know how somebody else is going to react. Hell, half the time they don't know how they're going to react. So I'd rather just be a solo driver. But if you want to drive team, I suggest doing it with somebody that you mesh well with, or someone that you know and trust, so you all can be on some type of schedule. Me personally, I am a solar driver, which means I like to drive when the sun is up. and I don't do very well at night. Nighttime driving is probably one of the most difficult driving times for me. My natural body sleep rhythm, I want to be in bed by 9 o'clock. I'm ready to go to sleep. So, I mean, somebody's going to disagree and say, well, you're not a real truck driver. Truck drivers drive. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for me, guys. Like I said, to the incoming class for this Monday, all the Mondays to come, I wish you well. I hope everything works out for you. Make sure you got your paperwork together, your social security card. Do not laminate your social security card at CR England. They will call it invalid. Do not laminate it. Do not laminate your birth certificate. Make sure that shit is original. If it's fucked up and you can't, I'm sorry. If it's messed up and you can't read it, get a brand new one. Okay? So that's it for me, guys. You all take care. Be safe.